hearing my mother say, don't fidget. So let's see if I can do this without fidgeting. Okay. First of all, I have to thank my colleagues who've put up with my madness since I decided we needed to do this a year ago and really didn't have the bandwidth or the resources to pull it off. We don't now either. We're in the midst of launching a new program year. We've got events every week until the middle of October, and then we go into end of year development giving. And we're launching a new website. So thank you, all of you. I love you. You tolerate me. Storytelling is an important way for us to talk about the big things in very intimate ways. So when Vani settled on storytelling for change, we found that it really excited people, and the conversations became less about it's our civic responsibility and we wanted to know the why. And I'm really going to try to get through this without the tissue, but that may not happen. So, all right. My voting story is exceptionally personal. For the length of this project, we are proud to be a national premier partner of the National Voter Registration Day initiative for the next 3 years. If you go on the National Voter Registration Day website, you will see the Girls Right Now logo on the left side of the page and the Google logo on the right side of the page in the same line. For an organization with less than 50 employees, with less than 50 years doing the work that we do, I am awfully proud of us. So I have pledged to be nonpartisan. We have steadfastly maintained that for the entire course of this process. So I will never tell you who to vote for, unless you're at my house. But you're not at my house. But I will tell you that I don't really trust people that don't vote. In my personal opinion, people who don't vote are like flat squirrels. Flat squirrels need to get out of the middle of the street, but when they don't, they get hit. So my message to you is, please, and I live in the suburbs where I see squirrels on the street all the time, please don't be a flat squirrel. I vote to honor my ancestors, the millions whom I'll never know anything about, who refused to die on the Middle Passage into which they were kidnapped to be brought as enslaved labor to build the global economy on which the world still functions. I will never despise their bravery in insisting on life so that I might be here in this moment. I vote to honor my grandmother, a daughter of the Deep South, born in 1918, who at 96 years old proudly sauntered into the voting booth in 2012 to re-elect a candidate whom she could never have imagined being the president of the United States. I vote for the gentleman you're about to see on the screen, my grandmother's brother-in-law, my uncle Walter Green, the man you see in the really sporty spectator shoes. I adored my uncle. We called him Hot Shell. Every year when I vote, I publish this picture on Facebook. This is in 1965, just after LBJ, and somebody else has already referred to it, signed the Voter Rights Act of 1965. I was born then. This is modern history. This is not something that happened, in the way back and before times. At great personal risk to his life and his liberty. And you can see some of the not too warming and welcoming faces of people sitting behind the table, some other people standing and just looking over. My Uncle Walter bent over to complete his voter registration form, signing the document the way he signed every document of his adult life. with an X. He was one of the most elegant and extraordinary men I ever knew. And I was this year's old when I found out that he was completely illiterate, but he voted. You know, the 15th Amendment gave African Americans the right to vote in the United States. And then Jim Crow took it right back. It wasn't until our modern era that he got to do that with some sense that he would be protected by US law. So, according to the Pew Research Center, tens of millions of people who were registered voters said, my vote doesn't matter. And they chose not to vote in the 2016 election. So, as I've said to you before, don't be a flat squirrel. More eloquently, however, I will share with you the words on the t-shirt that I decided to wear today and the words that I often say to encourage myself and other people. Bishop Desmond Tutu said, if you are neutral in situations of oppression, you've chosen the side of the oppressor. It is not your vote about which I am concerned. It is the fact that you choose to raise your voice. Thank you.